Well, building out a new section on my Learn Bricks Builder website today, I wanted to do one simple thing. I wanted to create a recommended tools section. And that's pretty simple and straightforward. Just create a loop and you can put your name of the product, featured image, description, those kinds of things in. And that's all well and good. But also want to take it a couple of steps further. So I wanted to use Advanced Custom Fields, or ACF, to add some extra field information in. I also needed to make sure that I could turn things on and off if information was or wasn't present. So we need to have some kind of conditional logic. Now I'm using GeneratePress and GenerateBlocks, the pro version of both of these for this example, and they don't have this kind of functionality built directly in. Or if it doesn't necessarily do exactly what I want it to do. So you can take a look at the example. You can see on the InstaWP, I've got this discount code. It tells you the discount and what code to use. We've got the buy now button, and we've also got the price. Now you can see this just has a set price, and that's pretty simple. Whereas if we take a look at ACF, I don't have that discount code, and my price has a little bit of different information. It's got free and a price range. So we need to make sure we could cater for all eventualities. Now I could just use a text box, but I didn't want to do it that way. I wanted to have a little bit more of fine level of control. So let's take a look at what I've got in the back end, and then we'll take a look at how to build this for yourself. Now first up, if we jump over into the dashboard, I'm using Advanced Custom Fields. This is the free version, so you could do exactly what I'm doing here. We also got inside here, we've got the recommended tools, which is basically just a post type. And if we go into the field groups, you can see I've got recommended tools inside here, and we've got a couple of custom fields. Whether it has a free version, which is simply a checkbox, the price, the affiliate link, the discount, and the discount code. They're just basically URLs and text and so on. So nothing really complex. And this is then just associated with that custom post type of recommended tools. So I'm sure you've seen this kind of setup before. It's really simple. Now, the more complex thing is to output all this information. Jumping over to the template, you can see exactly what's going on here. If we expand out the left-hand container, we'll get a better understanding of what I'm doing. I've got a query loop, and inside there, I'm using a grid. The query loop is basically just going to show the recommended tools, nothing more than that. If we come into the template for the grid, you can see we've got a post title, image, list of terms, which is just the taxonomies associated with this, whether it's an add-on, development tool, and so on. Then we've got the post excerpt, and we've got the exclusive discount. And this is where we can see the first piece of dynamic data, and also how I've set the conditions up on where and when to show this. Now, if we take a look at this, you can see we've got these little short codes inside here for discount and the discount code. These are non-standard functions inside GenerateBlocks. So what am I using to actually get this functionality? I'm using a snippet from Snippet Club. So kudos first of all to Carl Van Dusen from the admin bar, link in the description to his video, where he goes into a lot more detail of what you can do with this code snippet than I'm going to cover in this video. So I do highly recommend you take a look at it. Now, first of all, this code snippet is not free. It's $20, and it's $20 well spent if you want to get more access to more dynamic information. The snippet itself is called Dynamic Template Tags. Now, I'm not going to scroll down the page here because you do have to have paid for this and be a member of this to be able to get access to it. But as you can see, if we take a look at the very, very first bit, you can tap into all of these options: ACF, MetaBox, ACPT, CubeWP. Options pages created with ACF, MetaBox, ACPT, and CubeWP. You can grab query parameters, user info, metadata, custom hooks, custom functions. There's so much this little code snippet opens up. It is insane. And I would 150%, if that's even a thing, recommend you get this if you like to work with dynamic data. So once you've got that inserted into your functions PHP file, it's relatively simple and straightforward to get started. But like I say, for more details, check out Carl's video because he goes into so much more detail. So first of all, how exactly does this work? Well, let's get rid of what we've got here and let's go and create this from scratch. So we'll just delete that from there, and we now just have a basic piece of text. So all you need to do now is use the syntax available as part of that code snippet. And it's very simple. Everything starts with double open curly braces. And now, because we're using an ACF field, all we need to do is use the word field, then a full stop or a period if you're from America, and then the name of the field itself. So all we need to do is grab the relevant one, which in this case is discount. We'll copy that so you can see exactly what I'm doing. And then I'm going to come in and just add that in afterwards. And now I just need to close those brackets. So double curly braces to close those. We've now added in a dynamic piece of code. That's going to use that snippet, and it's going to reference that data from ACF, that field called discount. So let me just show you. If we update this page, come back onto our site and refresh, you'll see now we've only got exclusive discount of 10%. So we've got rid of the other bit, and you can see this is actually working. So all we need to do is add more in. So what we'll do is we'll put a little dash in, And we'll do the same again. So we'll open up our curly brackets, type in field, period or full stop. This time we want to grab the discount code and just simply paste that in and close our brackets. And obviously we want to put something before this just to make sense. There we go. We'll say use code so-and-so. And we'll also highlight these and make them bold. And this is the beauty of being able to do it like this. This is just dropping in the relevant code, and then you can style this the way that you want. Very simple to do. And again, we'll click update, refresh our page, and you can see that's now made that bold and put the code in, and everything else is there. It's incredibly simple to do. So that's the first part of it. And like I say, this is scratching the surface. You can tap into options, functions, meta information, user meta information, so many different things you can do. This is such a simple example. Now the next thing is, how am I actually targeting this to show or hide this information? We're using the incredibly awesome block visibility plugin. This is totally free, and the pro version was made free several months ago. So you've got full access to everything included in this plugin. There's no longer a free and paid version. So let's go back into our dashboard, select that block, come over to the visibility option on the right hand side, open up the visibility controls, and you can see at the top we've got all your standard controls to check against things like cookies, date and time, and so on. But you'll notice we also get integrations, and inside there is ACF. Now you'll have other integrations, things like WooCommerce if you have it installed, or Easy Digital Downloads. There's a range of different integrations. We'll choose Advanced Custom Fields from the list, and now this will insert a blank kind of visibility condition for us. So the first thing we've got, it says show block if. So the first thing we need to do is check against some kind of value. So we'll open this list up, and inside here you can see we've got all of our custom meta fields and all of our custom sort of field groups linked up. So recommended tools, course additional fields, these are all field groups that I have. Obviously we're using the recommended tools, and we're going to choose the discount. And what that's going to do is that's going to check against the discount custom meta field that we've got created. And then it says, how do we want to check it? So we'll open this drop-down list, and in here we've got a range of different options to choose from. We're going to say has no value, because if I don't put anything in there, that's going to kind of set this condition to be true. We'll say has no value, and then we're going to say what do you want to do. Well, we're going to say we want it to hide. So now you can see it says hide the block if discount has no value. Then simply hide it. That's it. So we'll update. Head back over to our page. We can see we've got the previous example. We'll reload this. And now because no discount code has been associated with ACF, that is now removed. It is as simple as that. Now if we take a look underneath where we've got the buy now and then we've got the pricing structure, I'm using a very similar set of functions. First of all, I've got 3 different blocks inside here alongside the button. We've got the price, which is just a text field. We've got the free, which is again just a text field, but this is having a condition checked against it. So it says, is the free version, the value is equal to yes? It's just a simple checkbox. So it checks for that. If that is checked, it will show free and the little /. If it isn't, it'll hide it. Simple. And then the field price, you can see is using that short code again that we've just taken a look at from the dynamic tags. This time that's referencing the price field. So that will then output the information from the price field. So by using all these tools in combination with each other, you can see how you can get really creative with your templates or your content and reference all manner of different dynamic data and then use conditions to show or hide it based upon various different parameters, browser parameters, checkbox parameters, all manner of different things. And the beauty of this is once you've paid that $20 for the code snippet, you can use that as many sites as you want. The block visibility is totally and utterly free. And I think these really do open up what you can do. And the best thing is you're not limited to just using this with GeneratePress, GenerateBlocks. You could use it with Cadence. You could use it with Stackable. You can use it in so many different instances. You could use it simply inside Gutenberg itself. It is that useful and easy to work with. Now, like I said, I am literally just scratching the surface of what you can do with this. And that's one simple example. But you could easily take a look at Carl's video and see so much more. So please do check that out. The link, like I say, is in the description. This opens up so many possibilities though, and I love this kind of thing. And the fact is, once you spend that $20 on the dynamic tags function, you can use that alongside the visibility plugin as many times as you want and really open up what you can do using dynamic data. As always, I do welcome your feedback. Please do let me know in the comment section down below. All applicable links are in the description. My name is Paul C. This is WPTuts. Until next time, take care.